Hey, 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 and welcome to 9 to Thrive, the lead generation uncovered with me, Nikki Williams, business mentor, and Laura Bonetti, or Burnett, as she's known to other people, email marketing extraordinaire of the Thrive Business Academy. So, Laura and I are here to tell you the truth about online business to support your lead generation, growth, and income. And today we are talking about the future of AI in email marketing. It's a big subject, it's newsworthy, it's everywhere. Everyone who's anybody is talking about AI. Is that right, Laura?
It is. It's literally. It is literally all you can hear about in business right now, but not just business. In like schools, because for people doing reports and stuff by it, programmers and coders are using it. It's just
The
everywhere,
children
isn't
are
it?
using it as well, aren't they? The children are coming home like, have you seen this? And it's just like literally, it's the biggest news, really, isn't it?
It really is, and it's definitely 100% hit the lead magnets email marketing world, I would say.
Yeah, but is that in a positive way or not? That's what we're going to discuss today.
It is, but first off, what is AI?
Well, luckily, we have the tech guru to explain what AI actually means to us as normal, everyday people, business
Yeah,
owners.
it does not mean that movie with Will Smith in
Oh,
iRobots.
yes.
Artificial intelligence, obviously, is what AI stands for. And it does not mean that robots are coming to take over the world and take our spot in business, even though some people are getting scared by it. It basically means there is some very good person who has programmed something very good to be able to act like a human being for us. And so you can ask AI a question and it will come up with solutions for you. In a nutshell, I feel like that's the best description I can
It's
give.
kind of like Google on a new level. That's
Yes,
what I think.
definitely.
It's consuming the content of Google and spitting it out in a really incredibly fast speed, um, a brilliant way, and it is a fantastic change. We are in a really fast moving. You've got the leaders in the industry, and then you've got the ones slightly lagging behind. And I think it's going to evolve massively. As you know, they must have plugged billions into this.
100% have. And there is the most popular one at the minute, Chat GPT, which everyone's heard about probably more than likely, and it's free to use. Can be hard to get on at some point, and they are currently trialing obviously paid subscriptions, and it will go to a paid subscription 100%. And obviously, you've got things like Jasper, which was probably the one that business owners probably heard of first,
Yeah, I
Jasper.ai.
remember using it a while ago. Actually, that one.
I do. I remember using it quite a bit ago. And it wasn't as good as ChatGPT though. But in a comparison to Google, like if you put in Google today, what subject header could I use for my email? You're just going to get linked to a lot of blogs and articles that tell you about what subject headers you could potentially use for your business, but nothing actually exact and direct for you. Whereas if you went into an AI like ChatGPT and put what subject headers could I use for this email and actually put your email in there, it will come back and give you actual suggestions for your actual email. And that's probably the difference between AI and what we've been used to as a business owner now. So we lived in a world where blogging was the biggest thing because that's how people find things to search. But the matter of fact now is people are going to be going to AI to search.
Without a doubt. I mean, Google will, I'll be honest, we've had a discussion about how much we would be prepared to pay for it because there is no way that I'm going to have my life without this now because I blimmin' love it. But there is some good things and bad things, which we'll talk about later. But, I never even thought with Google, I wonder how much I'm going to pay for this. It's an amazing, amazing tool, but I've never thought about paying for it. Never. Whereas this one, immediately our thoughts were after a very, very short period of time of using it, right, we know which way it's going to go. Are we going to pay for it?
Exactly. And we will.
We will.
We
Yeah.
will. So we want to talk to you how you can use it in email marketing world. So we're talking like lead magnets and your email marketing side of things and how you can use it for your business, but also how to not use it for your business. So there's some good sides to it and there's bad sides to it. We've tested it out ourselves, so we're talking from experience here. So when we're saying what to use it for, What have you used it for in regards to like email marketing or lead magnets at the minute, Nikki?
I think what it does is if you've got no idea of what to put out in your lead magnet and you want to do a cheat sheet or the top 20 tips for healthy eating and you're just drawing a blank, that's when you can use it. Because as Laura rightly said, if you put in Google, you go to a random like 10 different sites to try and get that information. Whereas this will actually write the lead magnet for you. It's much more fine-tuned to say, this is what I want. This is what you're telling them with instructions. And we've noticed that we say please and thank you to it as well, because we now believe it is human. And it's obviously not human. And Laura's even named hers. So, yeah, so it basically gives you the content of your lead magnets. It gives you ideas for the lead magnets. Without all of the advertising, the paid advertising, all of that other noise, it's not there. It's literally to the point. Would you agree?
No, 100% agree. And it was on this morning, I was thinking, right, what can I write for my weekly emails? And I'm just not in a creative mood today. And that's what you get. And sometimes what happens then in business is because we're not in a creative mood, we don't do the job. We don't do the task that's on our task list. And then it kind of just never gets going, because when we are in that creative mood, we end up doing something else and we procrastinate over it and we all do bad stuff like that. So instead, when we're not in creative mode, I think that's when AI really comes in. So I was struggling for ideas. So I've just chucked into the AI this morning. I'm looking for some ideas for a weekly advice email around email marketing. Literally just reading it off the screen here. And it came back with some ideas. So it's come back with best practices for writing effective subject lines. And I actually think that's a really, really good subject for an email to be written. So more than likely you will get an email, or you've probably already had it, depending on when this podcast comes out, where I've talked about subject lines, because that's given me an idea. I'm not getting it to write the email for me. It's going to come from me and my expertise, not the AI's expertise. It's going to come from my expertise. Whereas also it gave me another tip, one, which was tips for creating mobile-friendly emails. I'm not going to use that. So it doesn't mean use everything it gives you. You just use some of what it gives you. So I'm not using that. But it has also come back with a way thing. So it's come up with one suggestion of best ways to build and grow email lists. That's a fantastic thing I could talk about in an email. 100%. It's given me an idea. So now I wasn't creative this morning, but now I have got like, oh, I can do this. And I've got an idea in my head. And if you really need it to, so this is where Chat AI comes really good, ChatGPT, is instead of just using the first things it's given you, ask it to expand on it. So ask it to write more in your tone of voice. Ask it to write. So I've been doing this a lot for my other business, IT Moon, haven't I, Nikki, where I've been saying, can you please write this in a magical and Harry Potter themed way? And it has been coming back.
Actually, really, really, it becomes so much more. I don't know. You're working with it, aren't you? You're working as a team with it.
Yeah, it's like a team member.
It's like a tag thing, isn't it? You're like, yeah, but what about this? And they're going, but what about this? And that's how it's working, isn't it? I think.
Exactly. And as a business owner, it is lonely. You're on your own. You've got no one to buy back off these ideas. Well, we can do it now with AI. As an example of this one, I said, can you expand on point 4 it gave me? And then it's just given me about 7 different things that I could potentially talk about in my email. So I could take it a step further and say, could you please write me an email on this? And I've tested this out. So we've tested it out, and I sent out an email to my list that was totally written by AI. Did some like tweaking of it where I kept asking it, said, can you rewrite this so that it sounds more fun? Can you rewrite this so that it sounds less professional? This is me. I am less professional, more fun. And it did. It came up with a good email, and I put it out to my email list. And then at the very bottom, I asked, yes, this was written fully by, could you please reply and let me know how much of this email you thought was written by AI? And I did get some replies. And the replies were an astounding, Laura, this is not you, because the grammar and spelling is perfect. That is my reply, because everyone knows I'm a write it, post it girl. I don't proofread. I'm shocking. I send it out as evidence to other people but you do not have to write the perfect email, because people actually love reading my emails. I will say they love reading them.
The thing
and
is,
they
when we're
don't
reading
care.
those emails, we know we can hear your voice. So we're hearing
Yes.
that. So when you've got your Laura-isms within that email, we can tell that. If you were like just literally taking word for word from chat the bots, then I think that people would not have that connection. They would like
wouldn't.
another team member's writing that, because that's not Laura. And actually, people buy into you, and that's what
Yes.
people want.
So that's the no. Don't let it write the email for you. And even it's really hard, because you could say, right, let it write it for you and then just tweak it. But I don't know about you, Nick, I still find that it's very hard to tweak a perfect email.
Yeah, you're having to add imperfections to it.
Yes.
But the thing is, like, what I do is, like, when I'm using it now, or if I'm helping a client with something, I read it back or read it out loud, read it back. So does that actually sound like me? Would I literally start a sentence in that way? Because it's quite factual, a lot of it, isn't it? It's quite factual and to the point. And even though you say, can you do it in a more humorous manner, or can you make it friendlier or more personable, it still hasn't got you in it. So like I talk about, oh, blimmin' this or blooming that or whatever. Like, you've got to add your own you-isms into it.
100%. And that's the thing of how to use it correctly, just making sure it involves you into it as much as possible, and don't just copy and paste and go for the easy job. It still needs you. It's there to help you be creative, in my eyes.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be able to come up with some of the stuff it comes up with. It's like really good.
Oh, it is. Well, we were talking about magical and, all of those things. It is blimmin' brilliant. There you go, blimmin', you see. If I didn't speak like that in my emails or my content, they'd be like, what the heck? And actually, you can go anywhere and read a perfect blog post that doesn't feel personable. We don't want that. We want to get that connection. We want to get you out there, your unique self. And that is, the connection is key to it all.
100%. And then the only other thing I would say as a suggestion is, if I know for a fact people struggle when it comes to subject headers. They struggle. And your subject header is never a you-ism, to be honest, because you've got like a few words, it's what it is. So that is something you can use ChatGPT really good for. So you could put in, could you please write me a short, snappy subject header that will make people want to open to read more for the following email. Copy and paste your email in that you've written, and it will come back with a suggestion. If it comes back with one suggestion, just say, can you give me some more suggestions? And then you can say, could you tweak them a bit to make them more fun or more magical or whatever suits you? And you'll then have a good range of subject headers you could try. You could split test 2, or just try one. But I would say it's very good for doing that kind of stuff, 100%.
Yeah, brilliant tips there. Yeah, so AI, amazing, fabulous. Welcome it with open arms, but use it with caution. Don't let you get lost in the AI journey.
That is like the perfect summary to all of this. And if you're not already starting email marketing, then obviously please make sure that you check us out at thethrivebusinessacademy.com/EMME for email marketing made easy. And we will teach you how to do all of this, including our lovely, famous ACE strategy to be able to get you doing email marketing correctly. And that's it from me and Nick today. So have an amazing time, everyone.